Hello, and welcome to this special presentation from the SCP Foundation. My name is Taylor, and as a joint operation between Top 5 Scary and the SCP Foundation, we realized that there is a great interest in the Megalodon lately, with some suspecting that it's an escaped SCP. Now, this creature is of course a creature of myth, but the creatures that the Foundation researchers have contained would be a mighty contender for it. As a public relations offering, we've come together to introduce you to 5 of the most fascinating and unique SCPs stored at the Foundation. And these entities have all been carefully studied and contained, and we're excited to share them with you today. So sit back, relax, and please get ready to delve into the strange and mysterious world of the SCP Foundation. Please, let us know down below which of these SCPs you found most illuminating. We greatly enjoy hearing your feedback. Number 5. SCP-169. SCP-169 is a massive, sentient, and highly aggressive creature that sort of resembles an arthropod with multiple appendages. It has the ability to regenerate any damage inflicted on its body, making it virtually indestructible. Now, its size and strength make it a formidable foe, and its potential for destruction is immeasurable. This entity is incomprehensibly large. We're actually having quite a bit of difficulty measuring it. It spans anywhere from 2,000 to 8,000 meters wide. As such, the nickname Leviathan is sometimes used by less than professional researchers discussing the creature in a comic vein. The entity was first discovered in the early 1900s and has been under close observation and confinement ever since. It is speculated to have originated from the pre-Cambrian era. It's currently housed in a secure facility with multiple layers of containment measures in place to prevent any breaches. Of course, only authorized personnel with the highest clearance level are allowed access to the facility and the entity itself, and normally all this would be very classified information, but a brief press release has allowed me to share it with you today. SCP-169 is classified as a Euclid level threat, meaning that it requires constant monitoring and attention to prevent any potential threats it may pose. Any attempts to breach containment will be met with the full force of the law, and those responsible will be held accountable for any damages or loss of life that may occur. Now, these containment protocols include things like regular monitoring of behavior, physical health, as well as specialized equipment to help keep it sedated and under control. Now, while the Megalodon at one point in time could have been considered the king of the waters for its era, it's indisputable that in any physical confrontation, SCP-169 would pose a much greater threat. And my viewers, if you're interested in more SCP content, we've actually had several joint operations between Top 5 Scary and the SCP Foundation, and there's lots of ground to cover. But if you're interested in topics other than our beloved Foundation, Top 5 Scary has a lot of that as well. So please, we encourage you to subscribe, even hitting the bell to be notified of future video uploads. But we would humbly request that you do that after this video is completed, as there are more interesting SCPs to listen to. Number 4. SCP-682. This might very well be one of the most renowned items in storage in the Foundation. It's very well known. It's a Euclid-class object manifesting as a massive reptilian creature, measuring approximately 18 meters in length and standing approximately 6 meters tall at the shoulder. Now, SCP has a very tough, scaly hide that, at time of writing, appears to be impervious to almost all forms of physical damage. As such, the containment unit that we store SCP-682 in is perpetually filled with hydrochloric acid in an attempt to slow the entity's regenerative abilities. SCP-682 has shown to be hostile to an unparalleled degree, displaying what we refer to as a profound hatred for all biological life. It's extremely aggressive and displays advanced intelligence, with its intelligence believed to be comparable to a well-educated human, if not greater, and has shown incredible ability to adapt to new situations. It's capable of adjusting its body mass to serve its needs as it consumes and sheds matter. Its regenerative abilities are shown to shrug off and sustain injuries that would otherwise flatline most forms of biological life, making containment rather difficult during the few occasions of breaches that have occurred. Now, containment of SCP-682 is a top priority for the Foundation, as it poses an extreme threat to both personnel and the public, of course, as well. Its containment chamber is located in a specially designed underground facility, which is very heavily fortified and equipped with the latest in containment technology. Some I would love to share with you, but unfortunately am not at liberty to do so. The chamber is monitored round the clock by a team of trained personnel who are equipped with the latest in weapons and protective gear. But things happen, and in the event of a breach, all personnel are to evacuate the facility immediately, and we initiate what is called a level 4 lockdown. All available resources are then deployed to recontain the SCP, including our mobile task forces, and in some cases air support and heavy artillery. We have also been authorized in some events to use nuclear weapons in case all other measures fail. This is, suffice to say, a series of reasons why SCP-682 poses what we would consider a grand threat to a creature like the Megalodon, which it would probably consider insignificant. Number 3. SCP-3000. SCP-3000 is one of the more infamous entities being kept in the Foundation. It's a Keter-class object and represents a dangerous and enigmatic entity threatening the safety of the world at large. This creature manifests as a behemoth-sized sea serpent-like creature that resides in the depths of the Pacific Ocean. Its immense size, strength, and its unknown potential for cataclysmic damage and destruction make it a chief cause of concern for the Foundation, and thusly its containment is one of the utmost important to Foundation members. Now, this entity's exact origin and purpose do remain unknown at time of writing, but current speculation is that this creature is possibly millions of years old and possesses an intelligence far greater in scope than initially observed, vastly surpassing average human intelligences. Now, because of the nature of SCP-3000, containment protocols for this creature do prove to be a bit of a challenge, requiring perpetual monitoring and undivided attention. The area surrounding SCP-3000, currently a region of the sorry, I'm not at liberty to discuss that. Roughly 300 kilometers wide, is routinely patrolled by Foundation vessels. The area is sequestered from all civilian attempting any form of exploration or diving effort. Any individual we reasonably believe has been contacted or affected by SCP-3000 are to be contained at Site-151. Should we have reason to believe that these individuals have been affected by the more anomalous properties of SCP-3000, this quarantine of the individuals will be indefinite, but rest assured, proper care will be taken. SCP-3000 is recorded as a Class 8 cognitohazardous entity, as a direct observation of SCP-3000 has been shown to cause serious mental alterations in subjects. We've experienced individuals who, directly observing SCP-3000, develop inexplicable head pains, paranoia, extreme anxiety, memory loss, and even alteration. There are unsettling traces of evidence to suggest that SCP-3000 is even capable of manipulating the thoughts and desires of subjects who come into contact with it. So, why don't you let us handle it? Number 2. SCP-1128. SCP-1128 is a Euclid-class object and a particularly unusual one, even by Foundation standards. It's an immense aquatic threat that appears to those who are known of it. The creature is believed to reside in the depths of the ocean, and little is known about its origin or behavior. It was first brought to our attention when a fishing vessel reported an encounter with a strange and terrifying creature in the waters off the coast of, well, I can't say. The fisherman described a large dark shape that appeared to be swimming towards them at an incredible speed. The creature had glowing eyes and sharp teeth and appeared to be intent on attacking the vessel. Now, further investigation would reveal that SCP-1128 is an entity that manifests as a massive aquatic predator, similar to a Megalodon. Actually, we suspect that some Megalodon sightings might be SCP-1128 sightings. Now, anyone given a full description of this thing's appearance through either spoken or written descriptions or visual descriptions of the being will cause it to appear to you. As such, we will try to keep it vague for you. I wouldn't worry too much. Dr. Bright has reassured me that no threat present should be in this video. Persons infected by SCP-1128's will exhibit no outwardly bizarre behavior, with the exception of an aversion to activities involving water, such as bathing or swimming. Now, fascinatingly, should the subject become fully immersed, the subject will disappear regardless of depth. The subject will then reappear in a vast ocean-like space, a liminal space, where they are pursued by SCP-1128. We have recovered individuals like this before, and interviews with these individuals do carry some risk of infection spreading, as descriptions of the entity do trigger further infection. As such, Foundation members involved in any study and containment of SCP-1128 are provided Class C amnesiacs to cloud their memory of the anomalous properties. So, maybe try and forget that last point, just for your own safety. SCP-3008. For our final entry today, I've brought an SCP that most of our researchers do agree to be somewhat humorous. We understand some levity is welcome when discussing unusual topics such as these. SCP-3008 is a Euclid-class object unusually manifesting as an IKEA retail flagship store that seemingly expands fractally ever onwards, with an indefinite undefined end. It is populated by a series of unknown, vaguely humanoid entities, sometimes referred to colloquially as the Staff, and internally in our documents as SCP-3008-2. Our current data suggests that the IKEA should be 10 kilometers squared, which is already preposterously large, but laser range finding has led us to reasonably believe the space is infinite. Within SCP-3008, there are an unknown number of civilians who have found themselves trapped within the space. Our studies have revealed to us that, fascinatingly, they've formed a rudimentary society, with the seat of their government being the Recliners Department. SCP-3008-2 that I mentioned earlier, the Staff, superficially resemble humans, but with exaggerated or incorrect body proportions. They possess no discernible facial features, but are observed they are wearing a yellow shirt and blue trousers consistent with IKEA uniforms. Interestingly, the IKEA store, SCP-3008, appears to have its own independent day and night cycle. During the day, the store exists fairly normally like an IKEA you might visit, but during the night, the humanoids of SCP-3008-2 will become increasingly violent to the human survivors. Now, we have observed more than one exit of the place, meaning containment within is not permanent. However, trouble for us, these exits seem to fluctuate, making escape treacherously random. Since our studies began, 14 individuals have managed to leave, and a few of them have even managed to recuperate and rejoin society, with middling effects. We believe that would the Megalodon be transported to SCP-3008, it would find itself rather overwhelmed with the lack of water, and therefore would not possess a significant threat. I'm being told that that is all the time allotted we've had today, but it was an absolute pleasure, my friend. We find these little corporate outings very illuminating. Thank you for your time viewing, and we do hope that you'll consider watching another one.